I believe we are live, y'all. It worked. It worked this time. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing Thursday evening. Man, y'all are in for a treat. Dr. Washington slash Tangy slash I don't know what she wants to be called tonight.
All of the
above. All of the above.
above.
Tangy's one of our winners from the acceptance system. Y'all can see her repping it, with her shirt on right now. I love it. But what we're about to do tonight is something pretty special. We've been doing this for quite some time. I don't even know what episode this is. This might be like episode 16, 17, who knows? I don't know. But what we've been doing is this is part of the Pre-PT Inspire series. And why we started it, for those of y'all that are just starting this series, you've never seen any of our other interviews. The reason why we started this was we decided that, man, like Casey and I have been serving pre-PTs for a while, but we decided there's nothing more powerful than just hearing somebody's real story. And I'm not talking about the exciting parts, because I think a lot of times when we think inspiring someone, we're like, yeah, I crushed it. You can crush it too. Like, I don't really believe in that. I believe in just being super authentic, because I just know that every single one of you that's watching this or listening to this is a podcast episode, because I know this is going to be a podcast episode as well. Like, I know that each of you are going through different things right now. You might be struggling academically. You might be struggling with just belief. You might be like all the different things. And so for us, it's beautiful when we're able to bring in students that are just real humans, real people, real struggles, real frustrations, and they tell you everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, but they've also all gotten into PT school. And if you follow us, then chances are you're pretty interested in either physical therapy, or you're getting ready to apply or reapply, and you need that. You need someone that has been through the ringer that you're going through right now, and you just need to see, oh, they did it? Cool. I can do it too. And that's the purpose of this. So I hope y'all will be inspired. Tangy, you ready? You ready?
Let's do it, Joseph.
Perfect. Before we start,
story out here so we can motivate some people.
Yo, you know it. Let me actually see if who do we have on here live? Y'all, if you guys are live right now, can y'all say hello? It's not showing me the number of people live. If y'all are live right now, can y'all say hello? I just want to know who's here. I see Casey. I see Dr. Santana. Christian, what's up, brother? And I know there's quite a few other people watching right now. As y'all are going through today, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But let's get the party started. So, Tangy, tell us, like, first of all, before we get into the good stuff, and the good stuff is the bad part of the story, the frustrating stuff. Like, Casey and I were joking the other day, and we were like, yo, nobody likes to listen to a story that is all good.
Yeah.
Try watching a TV show that has like nothing bad happen.
Yeah.
You're happy, nothing goes wrong.
Like,
dad comes home, everybody's singing, like,
yeah,
red, like, y'all, like, it would be the most boring thing ever. So people come for the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So I can guarantee you right now, everybody that's live, what's up? So we have Stephanie, we have Angel, we have Debbie, Christian, Katie. What's up, Katie? We have Melissa, we have Iris, okay, cool. We got quite a few people. They're here to hear the bad stuff.
Yeah.
They're pretty much here to hear all that stuff. So before we get to that stuff, we already know you got into PT school. Tell us, why physical therapy? What drew you to the profession? What like pulled you in so that now you are where you are? So like, what pulled you to PT?
Well, I can say starting off, my dad, I'm from a very athletic family. So I played basketball when I was in junior high and a year in high school. My brother, he's played sports. My husband, my kids even now play sports. So, as you guys know, you very rarely meet an athlete that has not had some type of interaction with the physical therapist because, of injuries and stuff like that. So initially, I have had physical therapy. I've had family members to have it. So it was something I was kind of interested in. When I got to my senior year at UCF, I'm actually an interdisciplinary studies major, which is 2 majors and a minor. But I took a capstone course. And during the course, I had a professor that actually, we had to do an informational interview on 3 different professionals and professions, that you were interested in possibly pursuing after graduation. So I did one with an accountant. I did one with a principal who was once a teacher, and she went back and got her certifications and her degree and all to be a principal. And then I also did one with the physical therapist, Dr. Katie Holman. I love her. I hope she's watching. I don't have my phone to even see if she's watching, but I love Katie.
I'm a tagger. As you talk, I'm gonna just tag her because she's got to listen to this. Katie, where you at?
She is amazing. I love Katie. I definitely owe her for opening my eyes to, you know, the love that I have for physical therapy, because I was really interested in it, but I had never really really reached out to any other physical therapist, or, you know, really kind of looking into it. I was still kind of feeling my way through it, kind of figuring out what I wanted to do. And I found her on LinkedIn, and I am a UCF, at the time I was a UCF student, and she is a UCF alumni. So that was how we initially connected.
Katie's watching. I didn't even realize it. Like, yeah, sorry on this thing. Go on.
So I reached out to her on LinkedIn, you know, just asking her if she would be open to doing an informational interview with me. And, you know, in the course of talking to her, her answers to her questions, just the love that she had for her patients and for it, I was already intrigued. So it really, you know, it really did something in me. And it was like, okay, I'm really, really, you know, interested in this. And at the end of the interview, I may have casually said something to her like, well, Katie, if you wouldn't mind, if you wouldn't mind, I would love to come in to observe you, just to kind of get a day in the life of a physical therapist to see what you do. And she was like, sure, come on, I'll forward you the paperwork so that you could come in. Now, at that time, I had no idea it was observation hours. I just thought I was going to kind of see what it was like to, you know, to be at a physical therapist clinic. And she actually offered for me to come on a Thursday, and it was supposed to be for one day. And it translated to me being able to observe with her off and on for over a year. So I actually observed with Katie up until I moved from Florida off and on. So I definitely owe her a lot when it comes to, you know, my interest really, really being piqued in physical therapy. I definitely owe Katie a lot for that.
Katie, we appreciate you, my friend. We appreciate you.
Katie.
Y'all, if you guys don't know who Katie is, go follow her. She's commenting right now, y'all. Go follow her.
Katie Holman Research, Rehab and Sports Clinic. She has 2 offices in Claremont, Florida, and Ocoee, Florida. So she is awesome. Check her out if you need physical therapy in the area.
Man, but do y'all see like what happens? Like, especially when y'all become PTs, it's just super cool. Like when stuff like that happens, where like for you it was just interest, and then just being around her now like drew you into the like how amazing PT is, and check you out now. Now you're you're about to start PT school. So Katie, thank you for doing what you do. Katie says we all miss and love Tangi at our office. Look at that. You still got love from the people.
Thank you. But I miss you guys too.
And Katie, thank you for being you. Thank you for being you and being amazing as a physical therapist and representing the profession well. It's absolutely amazing. Now let's get to the part that everybody came for. All right. What were your biggest struggles? Like, hold on. For those of y'all that want to hear the struggles, can y'all comment struggle? I just want to see if it's just me. I just want to know if I'm the only one, because every time I listen to a live stream, y'all, I'm ready for the bad part, because if I'm going to be inspired, I need to know like where are we coming from? Like, where are we coming from? Like, is it GPA? Is it this? Is that? Can y'all say struggle? Like for those of y'all, for the 12 of y'all that are live right now, can y'all just comment struggle if y'all are interested in just hearing that part of the story? Because if you're not, then we can go to the end and just finish it up and then wrap it up from there. But I'm sure interested because for every single one of y'all, and this is why like we're emphasizing this so much, man. Like as you guys are going through it, some of you are at a point right now where you're getting ready to pull the plug, or you feel like you might need to pull the plug. Some of you it's just the overwhelm. Some of you it's family pressure. Others of you it's like struggles with just like retaking classes, not getting the grades you want. Others of you it's the doggone GRE. Others of you it's because you're non-traditional and you're like, man, like I'm trying to go back, but I feel like these youngins have an edge on me. Or maybe you're a traditional student and you feel like non-traditional students have more of an advantage because they have more wealth of experience. Y'all, we all feel something. So that's why I love this part of the story. Y'all, okay, they want to hear the struggle.
Okay.
They're saying it. They're like, we want to hear it. So for you, Tangi, what was your biggest struggle and obstacle on your way to becoming a physical therapist? Now we knew you wanted it. You got in touch with Katie. Like you knew PT was what you wanted. But now what were your biggest obstacles that were in the way of you finally getting accepted before we get to how you actually fix those problems?
I would say that my biggest struggle was the self-doubt. As you were saying, you were talking about non-traditional students and feeling like, that the more traditional students have something on me. I graduated high school in 2003. I hate to say this out loud, but 2003.
Girl, you better own it.
2003. So when I first went back to college, which was in 2011, I had been out of school for a while. And even at that time, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do. And I had it all hyped up in my mind of what it would be like when I went back to school, right? But then when I went in there, it was completely different from what I thought it was going to be. Like when you walk in the classroom and all of the students in the classroom look like they are the same age as your son, that can at times, be a little intimidating, because when it comes to even the assignments and the things like that, certain things the professors look at you as you should know. But if I hadn't used this set of skills in years, especially when it comes to the maths and all of that stuff, it's like I hadn't taken a math class in almost a decade, and now I'm taking all these math courses, and so I felt out of place. I felt that I didn't belong. I felt unqualified. I felt like I didn't belong. Like maybe I had chose the wrong path. Like I stopped working. I had a job working. I had been on my job for close to 9 years when I stopped and I went back to school. So once I got into school, it made me feel like maybe I had made the wrong choice. Maybe I should have just kept working, because now I'm in this, I've quit my job. I can't just go back and get my job. It's gone now. So I don't have my job. I have kids that I have to provide for. I have a husband who is providing for the family while I'm going to school, but now I'm second guessing whether or not I should even be here, So that definitely was a hard time. It definitely caused me to step out of my comfort zone. It made me go above and beyond to make sure that I did make the right choice. Like even if the choice wasn't the correct, even if it wasn't the right choice, I was going to make it the right choice. I'm a firm believer in what's the old saying? One monkey don't stop no show, or something like that. Like, so, I'm a firm believer in there's always a way to get it done. So I definitely, and even now, I still go through the self-doubt in being accepted into the accelerated program at South College. Like I have doubts about that also still to this day, because it is an accelerated program. But I know that I can't let that stop me. I just have to continue to push forward and just give it all that I have. So.
Wow. Man, like for those of y'all that are listening, doubts are common. Doubts are normal. I think it's important to note that, because when we're going through them ourselves, we usually read them as this means that things are going to go wrong. Like please, man, just realize that a lot of the things that you guys feel is like doubt or I'm not even gonna say fear, like just doubt or like nervousness that you guys feel. And I was a pre-PT too. Tangi's already gotten through the first portion, but now she has PT school to tackle. But it's normal. But we have to be very careful to not interpret it incorrectly. Like I think a lot of times we associate it with, oh, that means that the worst possible scenario is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which means that if I'm feeling this way, like how many of you guys feel that? Can y'all just do like a little hand emoji where when it feels like things are falling apart, when you start feeling a little nervous or a little anxious or a little doubtful about about getting accepted into PT school, naturally all your thoughts start to shift into like, man, what if it just doesn't work out altogether? Like what if my feelings are Like it's like that, like when we have that gut feeling, like what if this is my gut feeling telling me that it's just not gonna happen? What if this is my gut feel? Like, how many of y'all ever feel that? Like, let's be real. Like, we all feel that. What?
Not only that, I was going to say, you sometimes you look at it like, oh my God, is this a sign that I shouldn't do it?
Yeah.
Is it telling me to not do this, that I need to do something else? But I have to always tell myself that if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Facts.
So if it, it's you're gonna have to work for it. It's not gonna come easy. You definitely have to work for it. Like I say, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah. Like Melissa, Megan, Victoria, they all agree with you. I think the biggest thing is, like, if you guys can understand that, y'all, this is not easy. Like, getting into PT school, if listening to me, if listening to Casey, if listening to anyone we bring y'all should teach y'all something, is that okay? Yes, it's not easy, but please do not mistake those feelings for indicators that things are going to go wrong.
Yes.
All that means is you might be just asking the wrong questions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Like if you're feeling that way because of your grades, or you're non-traditional like Tangi, and you're like, well, I'm feeling this, I left what I was doing behind, I got kids. Well, cool. Like, maybe you just should be asking different questions. That's all it is. But it's also an indicator that you're a human being. You're a human. Like, y'all, we get nervous. Like, to be honest, like I still get nervous when I'm getting ready to do a big presentation, when I'm getting ready to speak on stage, when I'm getting ready to like see my next patient. Like, if I haven't seen a patient before, I still get nervous, and I think I'm pretty good at what I do. You know what I mean? But that's just human. It's human. But I think I actually heard this from Greg Todd one time. He said nervousness is me knowing that something, like, it's my body telling me that something amazing is going to happen. So don't look at it. Don't look at it as man, this is a sign that things are gonna go wrong. No, like it's a sign that you care. Like, the fact that you're nervous means you actually care about what you're doing. Like, if y'all were not nervous, now we got a problem. now what that tells me is, like, if you're going through this thing, you're like, nah, yeah, it'll just do. Yeah, well, I mean, that's not confidence. That might just be borderline not caring. Like, and that's another, I'm not going to get on that tonight, but if you're nervous, y'all, you're human. So like, be easy on yourself, please. But also realize, like, nervousness, y'all, I tell myself that all the time. Nervousness is just an indicator that something beautiful, something amazing is about to happen. For Tangi, something amazing did happen. For you, Tangi, with this new program, like, you're about to be a part of, accelerated well, cool. It's an indicator that something amazing is about to happen. You might have to dig a little deeper than you've had, than you've dug before, but that's all it is. And if we can start telling ourselves that, y'all, can you imagine how much more excited we would be for the challenges that we have ahead of us?
Yeah.
Can y'all imagine how much more excited y'all get when you're getting ready to apply again? Like, that, please do not misinterpret it. Please do not. But for you, Tangi, as you were going through those things, like, what led you to search for a non-traditional guide, like non-traditional guidance? Because you were part of our accepted system program, as your shirt beautifully shows, as this sign shows back here that I like. I love this poster, by the way. It's like,
you know what? I love it too.
Yo, I'm a big fan of it. One day I'm gonna give it away as a gift one time. Mm-hmm. I don't know who wants it. I don't know, but what led you to look for non-traditional guidance? Because you were at a point where you knew you wanted physical therapy. You knew you weren't playing around. You had a lot of doubts, of course. You had a lot of things that you were like, man, I still need to figure this part out. I saw what Katie was doing. I know what I want to do, but I still need more help. What led you to that?
I can say I remember talking to you about it. I had an appointment with a admissions advisor at a PT school that I was interested in, and talking to the advisor. At the time, my GPA was a 3.19 or 3.2, something like that. And I remember meeting with her, and she telling me that if I didn't get a master's degree, that I should just, in order to be a competitive candidate, either get a master's degree or just consider a completely different field. And I was like, okay, but the minimum is 3.0, and I have at least the minimum, but the average, was 3.8 or something, like that. And so that was devastating. Like it really, like I enrolled after I graduated from with my undergrad, I enrolled in a master's program because I was under the impression that in order to be a competitive candidate, I needed to seek a master's degree. And then in talking with Katie, knowing that I didn't need the master's, and then also finding out that I would still have to go back and complete undergrad prerequisites, it made me second guess listening to the admissions advisor, because she didn't mention that to me. Like I took my my transcripts and all my unofficial transcripts, and she never mentioned that, oh, get this master's, but you're still going to have to take these undergrad courses. So that initially made me feel like, okay, maybe I don't need to listen to them because she maybe don't know exactly what she's talking about. That was the first thing. But then in talking with Katie, I remember going on, it was either Facebook or Instagram one, and just looking up, physical therapy students or pre-physical therapy students or something like that. Because I had also looked into the UCF has a organization for pre-physical therapy students. So, I was just kind of looking for organizations and groups and stuff like that. And I happened on the pre-PT grind. And just reading the posts from the other students, they really I really felt like we could relate, because it made me I felt at the time that I was alone, that I was going through this journey trying to become a physical therapist where nobody around me could understand what I was going through. They didn't understand the needing to retake the classes, the GRE, trying to balance the kids and the family. And, I felt like I was alone. So when I found the pre-PT grind and I got to reading the post, I realized that it was a whole group of people out here going through the same thing that I was going through. And I actually met a couple that, like, our situations were like really, really similar. So it really gave me hope. Even I had been messaging back and forth with Donette, because she goes to South College also. And, just kind of talking with her. So it made me feel that I wasn't alone. And it made me know that, there are others that are going through the same struggle. And if they can do it, I can do it also. So it definitely helped me to know that I wasn't alone. Because like I said, at that time, I definitely felt alone, because even with the pre-PT students that I was able to connect with at UCF, they were all 19, 20 something. They couldn't, like, we could relate on certain things, but not on other things. So I still kind of felt, like I said, I felt like I didn't belong. I felt inadequate. I had all these other feelings and things going on. So when I found a group that actually had members of it that were going through the exact same thing that I was going through, I was like, oh my God, I'm not the only one. It's somebody else going through this that can actually understand. And I remember even messaging Casey and talking to him about me being in the master's program and all of that. And I told Donette that also, because he actually gave me her name then to reach out to her, to talk to her about what I was going, and I didn't, because I was going through so much at the time. I didn't reach out to her then, but I did later. And I'm so glad that I met her, and that I found this group, because it was able to connect me with people that are able to help me to become a better me, so it definitely was a big help, being able to find those other members that could relate to me, and that could give me that pep talk, or could give me those encouraging words. And I know it's just not a formality. Like, they're actually giving me these encouraging words because they know what it's like to go through this, not just saying, oh, I hope you get in because it sounds good. They really mean it, because they're going through the mud with me. Yeah. So that definitely stuck out to me.
Whoa, girl, you said a lot. First of all, what's up, Aisha, Asada, Emily? Great to have y'all joining us here tonight. But you said a whole lot in there. One point that I want to highlight is, for those of y'all that listen to that are currently trying to find a master's degree to stand out for PT school. We could obviously do another live stream later to go in depth with that, but don't do a master's degree. I'm just coaching real quick. Don't do a master's degree unless you actually want the master's degree for yourself. Yeah. Do not do it to stand out. Like
Yeah.
only do it if you're like, hey, I want that for me. Like I want to do that because I want to actually like add it to my career. But if you're doing it because you want to stand out, say that again. Yeah, it's just more loan money. I mean, it's
Basically.
it's
Yeah.
a lot more expensive, but it's not worth it. Second thing is question everything. Can y'all comment that? Can y'all comment that below? Question everything.
Yes.
Like, please, like for the people that are live right now and watch this on replay, I want y'all to write that down because it's gonna shift how y'all think. Like what we do with pre-PT grind, like I have no time to really just like reiterate everything that your advisors have told you because it's like 10 years old. But I want y'all to start start thinking, like start questioning everything. Like why? Like okay, like does that really make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense? Am I doing it just because my school advisor told me to do it? Or am I doing it because it makes sense? And if you start questioning everything, then you're like the questions that you use will change. Like better questions, better answers, better answers, better direction, better results. But we have to start with just questioning everything. Like bro, it's like y'all, I'm telling you right now, like if you can start doing that consistently, like with everything, like I don't care if it's being a student, I don't care if it's when you're a physical therapy student, pre-PT right now, like y'all question everything because it's the most freeing thing. I had someone tell me one time, they're like, yo, like we typically don't think. Most of us don't think. We think, but we really don't think. Like we don't use our minds to actually like understand our world, right? So typically what we do is we just go to somebody and we say, hey, think for me. So we typically go to our school advisor. Well, you've been doing this for a year or 2 or 5 or 10, do it for me. Like, and then when they tell you, you just do it. And then what happens is like things go wrong, or they tell you to do A, B, C, and D, and you apply and you don't get in, or you apply to a school and you get rejected, and the school tells you, hey, go retake these 2 or 3 classes, go do your GRE. If your GRE is at this score, and if you reapply again, you'll get in. You apply again and you don't get in, and you're like, I don't get it. Y'all, please start questioning everything because it will start giving you guys better results. For Tangi, she started figuring out like, who do I need to be around as a non-traditional student, as someone that is trying to stand out. That's all you were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You were just trying to figure out a way. Like you felt so like so locked in onto PT, slightly afraid of not getting in. So you were like, hey, like what else could work? And I was told, let me do a master's degree, which I mean, it doesn't really help the situation all that much. But check you out now. So for those of y'all listening, I hope y'all caught that. Like, question everything, please, 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 please. Even when I say something, question it. I mean, I know I'm saying, like, I know I'm not gonna lead y'all astray, but do your due diligence, like, period. Like, even with us, like I would like it would be backwards of me to tell you, yeah, just listen to everything. No, like question it. If it doesn't make sense, ask more questions. Like that's how y'all grow. And if you guys can do that, then a lot of the things that you guys are holding yourself back from in your journey to becoming, a physical therapy student, y'all, like that gate starts to open up wide. Right, Tangi?
You're right. So right.
Mm-hmm. I hope they're listening. I hope they're listening. But I would like you to tell us about the day you got accepted into PT. because you've gone through all this. We want to hear of the day that you got accepted into PT school. I want the people that are watching right now to dream about the day they get accepted, because that's how we keep ourselves motivated. So for you, what did that look like? What was it? How'd you find out? Like, tell us all about it.
Well, that's funny. So it was actually on a Friday, and I'm on Central Time, so it had to have been maybe about 4:30-ish. I had left my cell phone in the kitchen, and I was in the back with my youngest son. And when I walked back and I looked at my phone, I had a missed call from Tennessee. Now, mind you, I only know one person that lives in Tennessee, but she doesn't have a Tennessee number. It didn't click, it didn't register in my mind, South College. I was just like, who is calling me from Tennessee and leaving a voice message? So when I checked the message, it was Miss Sophie Thompson from South College, of course, offering the acceptance to school. And I I ran through the house. I literally took off running. My 9-year-old was in the living room, so I ran from the kitchen down the hallway to my bedroom. Now he's in the living room. The only thing he sees is his mom take off running, hollering in the house. So he doesn't know what's wrong with me. So I got to my room. I remember I dropped to my knees and I remember crying because when I did my interview, I didn't feel really confident with it. Like, I think I am my harshest critic. I know I am. So in my mind, I didn't do as good on the interview. So I was already kind of a little nervous, kind of to get, but when it happened, I cried. And my son came in the room and he was like, Mom, what's wrong? What's so when I told him, he was excited for me. He told me I was extra. He told me I was extra because I scared him. But he was excited for me. But in the voicemail, she talked about the email that she was going to send with all the information pertaining to deposits and whatnot. And I checked my email and there was no email. All weekend, I was sweating my email all weekend and I never got it. So I was hesitant to tell anybody because it was like, I have the voicemail where she called, but I don't have like anything to show anybody to prove that was. So I remember reaching out to my coach, Ariana, and I remember asking her, I was like, I got accepted, I got a voicemail, but I don't have the email. Should I even tell anybody? Because I don't have like the email to send anybody to prove that.
I got proof.
Yeah, it's like, I don't have proof. It's like, should I even tell anybody? And so she was like, at least tell Casey and Joseph. And I said, okay, well, I'm gonna just wait till tomorrow. And so that Monday I called and she actually had to resend it like 5 times for me to actually get it. Wow. It was playing with my emotions because it was like,
you're like, yo, somebody's playing with me.
I was like, look, you can have to get the other email or something because I need to. So
I need proof.
It was like, look, hey, can you send it to my personal email? I know you sent them a school email, but the personal email or something, like, I just need to see that it's official.
You got it.
But she ended up, I finally got it, and I was, even though I had the voicemail, it didn't feel official until I got the email. Wow. So I kind of held back from kind of telling anybody because it was like, I know once I did tell, I remember somebody saying, oh, let me, send us a copy of your email or something. And I was like, oh, I'm glad I waited because I wouldn't have had it. I wouldn't have had it if I had so yeah, I was very excited, even though I was a little kind of on the fence. It was like, hey, so is the email really coming? Or, just want to make sure it wasn't no mix-ups or anything, anything like that.
Listen, like, you gotta know, like,
yeah, exactly.
Half the time, then you go to sleep and you're stressing out because you wake up and you're like, man, like, I don't know, like.
I know, it was like I'm waking up, I'm checking my emails. There's nothing in my emails. I'm like, okay, Miss Sophie, so is it a fit? Like, you got my heart feeling some type of way now.
I know. Yo, but once you got it, obviously you realized that it was real.
Yeah, it was like, I can't explain it. It was definitely, I felt, let me see, what's the word I can say to describe? I finally felt like I belonged. I felt like that I had worked so hard for it that, and even going after the interviews, like I said, I didn't feel 100% confident after a couple interviews. So when it happened, for me, it was, I don't want to say validation. I don't want to say that word, but I just want to say it made me feel that I had picked the right, that everything had been done correctly, or it was the right, I don't know. I don't even know how to even put it in words. It just made me feel that I had done everything that had been done was the right thing. I had made a lot of sacrifices. It made me feel like those sacrifices were worth it. Exactly. Yeah. That everything that I had gone through to that point had been worth it. Yeah. So it really, like I said, I hate to use the word validation, but I kind of did feel like it validated the moment that I left my job to pursue school. I feel like at the moment I received that acceptance from PT, that it was worth it, that I had made the right decision.
How many of y'all, oh, man, like don't even comment for this one, y'all, but how many of y'all have felt that at some point? It's like, man, I hope I didn't like sacrifice all this time retaking classes, leaving a profession that I might have been in, doing all these different things for nothing. And it sometimes feels like that. It
Yeah.
sometimes feels like that. But that's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why we're here to make sure that you guys are continuing to fight. That you guys are not guessing, and ultimately getting y'all to where you're in the position that Tangi is in right now. Every single one of you, if you're watching this, like, believe this, y'all. Believe this. Believe this. Every single one of y'all has what it takes. I don't care what your GPA is. I don't care if you're traditional or not traditional. I don't care what your standardized exam style is. From everything from I'm terrible, terrible, terrible to amazing. Like it doesn't matter. Like if you want to find clarity, get direction, y'all. It's possible. That's why we're bringing y'all all these people. Because if I just said it, I mean, it sounds nice, but when you're hearing it from real stories, it's very different. I'm going to have you do one more thing before we finish tonight. The last thing is going to be words of wisdom. But for those of y'all that are watching live, man, for those of y'all that are planning on applying to PT school this year, or even in 2021, we've been paying some close attention to what a lot of you guys have been asking us. We've been paying attention to what a lot of our students have done. Students that have gotten into PT school, students that are still applying to PT school. And what we started realizing was like there's a lot of habits and traits that we all have that are based out of fear, and we call them rejected habits. There's a lot of things that we do to get in our own way as students, as applicants. And it, like, even when you know, oh, I got to retake this class, even when you know I got to do this, like, there's certain things that the students that have gotten accepted into PT school, they had to become a completely different person. They had to invest time. And I'm saying this right now as Tangi's nodding. Like, she knows. She's like, mm-hmm. Like, they had to become a completely different person. They had to build on certain traits that have even given them the shot, regardless of GPA. Like, we got students with 2.4 GPAs getting into PT school. So what we did is we actually put together a program. We actually announced it for the first time last night. And there's quite a few students in it already. We are doing a 2-week challenge where we are teaching you, like, this is not the accepted system. The accepted system is our coaching program. So if y'all ever want to level yourself up, come through. But no, this is a 2-week challenge where we are helping y'all learn how to become like the accepted, like Tangi, right? Where we're calling it the 14-day Habits of the Accepted Challenge, where in 14 days, Casey and I are deep diving. We're actually teaching you. It's going to be super simple, like super straight to the point, actionable, for people that want to level themselves up, students that are tired of playing surface level stuff, which is just retake. No, we got to get deeper, because there are so many things that are holding you guys back. There's a lot of things that lead you guys to like panic and pull the plug and say, oh my goodness, it's falling apart. Maybe I'll apply next year instead of this year. Certain things that are causing you to like let your anxiety, like, y'all, we are gonna like tackle those things in 2 weeks. If that is you, if you're like, yo, I want to be like Tangi, I want to be like these other students that have gotten into PT school, y'all, go to www.habitsoftheaccepted.com or the link that Casey just posted. Either one. www.habitsoftheaccepted.com, y'all. We're like, Casey and I do not like playing surface level stuff. That's why y'all will never see us coaching you the way your advisors have coached you. We're not going to sit here and just be like, oh, just, do that and you got it, cross your fingers. That makes no sense. You guys are investing time. You're investing, like, look, you're on a live stream right now, watching this live or on replay. This is your time. You're investing your money into taking classes again, into taking the GRE practice exams, applying. Y'all, do not get in your own way. Like don't let it stop you from getting accepted. So we've made it super, super easy for those of y'all that want to level up with us. Once we close it, we're closing it. I'm not sure when we'll release it again, but we are starting it officially on March 22nd of this month. But get in early before it fills up. But if you guys are interested in that, y'all, like, we want to turn y'all into Tangi is what we're trying to do. So go to www.habitsoftheaccepted.com. I just saw the challenge, love what it offers. Yeah, let's freaking go. Y'all, like, go to www.habitsoftheaccepted.com. All right, Tangi, now that I've said that, because if they want to level themselves up, they'll do what they got to do. But what are your words of wisdom for us? Like talk to Tangi from a year ago. Like, talk to Tangi when she was like in panic mode, maybe 2 years ago. I mean, I don't know how far back you want to go, but after going through everything you've gone through, like talk to the younger version of you. Talk to the version of you that was still freaking out about these traditional pre-PTs, these youngins, these 19, 20, 21-year olds. Like talk to us because like there's something profound in experience. And when you're able to look back and just say, man, like if I had a chance to just sit in a chair across from myself before I went through this growth process, what would I say? What would I say to speed that up? Mainly because there's somebody listening right now who is that person.
Yeah.
So what would you say?
If I could go back to my younger self when I initially started into the path of PT, I would just say to don't doubt yourself. You are good enough. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices. There's going to be a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of times where, I've cried thinking that I've made the wrong decision. It's going to be hard, but it'll all be worth it. I remember, I read this quote one time that really stuck out to me. It said something along the lines of, don't let your fear of looking stupid hold you back. So I can honestly say that is probably the biggest piece of advice I could give to anyone going through this process. Don't let the fear of, I may not make it, I may not be as smart, my GPA is not as good, my GRE scores aren't as good, I don't have this as well as someone else. Don't let that fear hold you back from trying. Because like I say, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
You can say that again.
That probably is the single most important piece of advice I could give to someone going through that. It's just, don't let that fear hold you back. Continue to push for your dreams. Continue to believe in yourself, and you can do anything. And you also have to have a great support system. The accepted system.
Also, see, I was about to do this too, and then I realized I don't have my shirt on. I don't even know where my shirt is. Let me see. Oh, wait. Look. See, I'm in my office right now, right? Okay. You already know.
Oh, you got the shirt.
I'm always ready to
the system.
Always got it ready to go.
But I will say it too was a really big help because it gave me a blueprint. It gave me a playbook. Like I say, I initially went into this kind of blind, just kind of, especially with the first time I saw the PT CAS application. That was enough to make me almost consider a completely different profession, because it was like, I had never seen anything as extensive, I'll say, as the application. It was very thorough.
Yeah.
We put it that way.
Sure.
But I'm glad that I didn't allow that to deter me or to scare me off or to make me really actually start considering a different career. I'm really glad that I was able to be a part of the accepted system and the pre-PT grind. I'm part of Ariana's group. And I'm so glad that I was able to be a part of all of that, because it definitely, like I say, gave me a blueprint. It gave me a network and a group of professionals. I say professionals because we're all going to be physical therapists one day. It gave me a group to network with that could really, like I say, could talk me through certain time periods that I was going through that others around me couldn't understand. Yeah. Or they could give me advice, or could tell me they could see a roadblock down the road that I couldn't see because I had never been down that road. So they could give me advice and say, hey, this is what's going to happen going forward. So that way I could be prepared, and I could, know how to adequately maneuver this process, because it's definitely, like I say, it's definitely an extensive process. So I'm glad that I found you and Casey, and just the whole pre-PT grind in the acceptance system, because I really, in my heart, feel that if I had not found it, I would definitely be like a fish out of water. I would just be flapping around trying to figure out what happened because, so it's
How a lot of
definitely,
people feel right now.
yeah, definitely. So it was definitely very comforting, and it helped me through some really hard times. So anybody watching this, definitely look into pre-PT grind, the acceptance system. They, like I said, give you a blueprint to help you on your path to becoming a PT. It's definitely worth it. Definitely.
She said it. I'm just agreeing. Man, thank you so much, Tangi. Y'all,
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Y'all, I hope y'all heard it. I hope y'all listened tonight. And for those of y'all watching this on replay or watching this as a podcast, listening to this as a podcast episode, I hope you were inspired. That is true inspiration. That's the real story. That's the good, the bad, the amazing, the ugly, all of it put together. But that is the journey that has made Tangi who she is today. That's what led to her. That's what's led to her being a physical therapy student. That's what's going to help her crush her next stage as she's part of an accelerated PT program. But y'all can do it too. Y'all can do it too. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, if you guys want to level up, join our habits of the accepted challenge. We are deep diving in, literally, we've just plucked what are the things that our students that are crushing it are doing differently, y'all, and we put that together. So go to habitsoftheaccepted.com, get that together. And if you're also interested in the accepted system and you're like, hey, what's that coaching program about? Message us. Go to contactpreptground.com. Let's talk. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Much love. Thank you so much, Tangi.
For listening. Thank you. And I do hope that I was able to inspire, to give you guys some inspiring words to know that you're not on this journey alone. And if anybody needs anything, you can message me.
Hit her up.
I will respond. I will reach back out. So thank you, Joseph.
Yo, appreciate you, fam. Y'all, she's cool peoples. Y'all reach out to her, ask her questions, pick her brain. But y'all can be her as well. Y'all have a great evening. Bye.